Hey guys, how's it going? I am the ConflictNerd, hello and welcome to Forza Motorsport 5. I thought I'd try and give you my first impressions of this since yes, I would like to sign in as me, thank you very much. Since I did Ridge Racer Driftopia, and I felt like it would just be fun to do some Xbox One stuff. And I'm going to start with this because I, believe it or not, kind of like the Forza games. They're always, they're always fun, and I always enjoy them. So I want to talk a little bit about what I think of this one, and tell you, is it worth it? And more to the point, tell you, is it a good launch title for the Xbox One? Now, I've already done a bit of a league thing on this. This is my BMW 2002 Turbo. As you can see, it's made of wood. It is quite fantastic. I've already done a league in a different car, though. I did a league in my gold Volkswagen Pimpwagen. My gold Pimpwagen Golf. There we go. I got that joke out eventually, even though it was a little bit contrived. It is a nice car. I do like it. It drives really well. But the first car I'll show you will be my wood-paneled BMW with its pink tinted windows. So let's just continue the career. Basically, the career seems to revolve around doing these leagues that take you from location to location and earning credits to buy better cars, which will allow you to do better leagues. And I probably won't be able to show you the league selection system. In fact, I will after this race, but I'm going to jump straight into a race just to show you the core gameplay, show you what it's all about, and talk about how it feels, because that's a big thing with the next gen, isn't it? They're saying it's not about the graphics, it's about the gameplay. It's about how it feels to play a next gen game. Okay, well this obviously isn't the best way to show you things. This is actually a frickin' slalom. But we'll go ahead and do it anyway, because it will give you a good idea of how the cars drive. I do play this in cockpit view, and if you don't, you're missing out, because Forza is very good for its cockpit view stuff. So here we go. We've set off, and honestly, this car, maybe not the best one to show you things, but it just feels good to drive. It feels like it has a nice bit of weight behind it, maybe a little bit much, you know. I should stress that I'm not a big car person, you know. I haven't a bugger. Uh-oh. There we go. Okay, here we go. I'm alright again. Yes, I should stress that I'm not a huge car person. I'm no Jeremy Clarkson, who does do some stuff in this game. But I like the way some cars look. I like the way some cars feel. And this car feels, oh bugger, like it just has a nice bit of weight behind it, and I like that. I don't want a racing game that's flicky and you just kind of fly across the track as opposed to sliding. I like having weight behind things. It's the same with first-person shooters. I like it when my gun has a presence. I think that would probably be the best word. When things have presence as opposed to simply visual qualities. When you see something and you're fully aware of what it's going to do in its environment and how it's going to do it, and it's going to have a good bit of feel behind it, that's fantastic. And Forza does that really, really well. It has that kind of, your cars have presence. They are there. They have good weight behind them, and they feel fun to drive. They feel challenging. I'll give it that. They feel challenging. But there's a lot to this. It's rewarding when you do fantastically well. Well, shit. It's... I say it's rewarding when you do well, and then I do that. It's rewarding when you do really well. And that's something a lot of people will say about Forza. Because there are people out there who are much better at this than me, and are much more qualified to talk about it than I am. But there's just so much to this that you can do. And I mean, it's the simple things as well. Like, how did I do on that? Probably not very well. It is simple things as well, like flicking the back end of your car out or something like that. And it's these little bits here that just give you the artsy side of Forza Motorsport. it's just nice. It just plays well. I got silver. Ah well, silver will have to do. Now if we can skip through this, I can show you another race. And I can also show you some other things. Okay, this as well, the drivatar and all that. Your driver level is the same as it's always been. Your affinity level is pretty much your affinity level. Your drivatar, now that is something I find quite stupid, because I don't know if it resets daily. You know, you do 3 or 4, maybe 5 races, and then it uploads a new drivatar. But I think it was 4 races, and then it uploaded my drivatar to the whole cloud thing and said your drivatar is now going to appear in other people's races. Those 4 races were the worst races I ever did. So my drivatar is out there doing really badly, and it's just kind of annoying, to be honest. It's that stupid thing of course you're going to be bad at the game when you start. You're not going to be amazingly talented, especially if you don't play racing games all that frequently. So the whole drivatar thing is questionable, to say the least. What I also don't like about it is the fact that you no longer have names in the races. You're no longer racing these AI who have made up names, you know, or maybe names that you'll see consistently through a league. It's random gamer tags of people that play this and from people that have played these races, and as cool as that is, you know, maybe you'll see your friends on it or something like that, but I'm not a big fan of it. Because, you know, imagine you're doing a race and you're talking to your friends about it. You're walking your girlfriend through it who doesn't have a clue about video games, whatever you're doing. And then suddenly it's like, okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm about to pass Poop Feast 5 million, as opposed to a name like Michael Johnson. I'm about to pass a gentleman called Michael Johnson, as opposed to I'm about to pass a gentleman called Poop Feast 5 million. I'm just not a fan of the fact that it pulls names from the cloud as opposed to just having a pool of names to pick from. I think it's just a little bit too much. I don't think it's necessary. If I want to be made aware of other people's gamer tags, I'll play online, and honestly I have no intention on playing Forza Motorsport online because I'm not good enough. And I have just noticed that outside my window it is actually pink tinted. That's a nice touch. I'm quite happy with that. Speaking of pink tinted and things that you can see, it is good looking, isn't it? It is a very, very good looking game. I don't think there's any denying that. There is something to point out, this video will be in 720p, so you're not going to get the full 1080p experience, but neither am I. I'm not playing this on a 1080p monitor, so that's completely fine. But it is, even at that, just a good looking game. YouTube will compress the video to hell, but just take my word for it. It just looks good. The lighting effects are fantastic. The shadows are fantastic. Most of the textures are good. I won't say all of them, I'll say most of them. There are some that you'll be able to spot that are maybe let down a little bit, but what you have to remember is that this is a car game. You know, the ground isn't going to look as good as the car. You know, the concrete, the sand, the plastics, the bollocks, I've just gone off the thing. None of it is going to look as good as my BMW or my Volkswagen Golf. And have I just done that again? Yes, I have, but I can manage. No, I can't. Let's rewind again. Okay, this isn't going to end. This isn't going to give me a good score at all. A little bit further back. Yeah, this will be good. Okay, here's perfect. Time to start slowing down. And take the turn. That turned me. No, it didn't. Yes, it did. No, it... Oh, for fuck's sake. Why would I resume from there? Okay, let's give this another shot. Slam the brakes on. Take the turn. There we go. Now I just need to pass this guy. There are 3 laps to this race, so that is completely fine. I've got plenty of time to pass this lot. So yeah, it's good looking. And it's a nice immersive experience. But is it fun to play? Well, that's really down to you. Do you like racing games? Is kind of the first question you need to ask yourself. If you don't like racing games, then this is obviously not for you. You're not going to enjoy it, and it's not even a case of it's a bit of a different racing game. This is as much a racing game as you will ever get. Something like Ridge Racer Driftopia, that has a bit of destruction to it, that has a bit of silly fun to it. Forza, as fun as I find it, I like racing games. I'm not a car nut. I'm not going to be owning loads of cars in real life. So I will jump into a game like Forza to experience an immersive, or to play an immersive game and have an immersive experience. But at the same time, I wouldn't want that if I didn't like racing games. So if you don't like a racing game, you'll not enjoy this. If you do like racing games and you're considering picking it up though, I would say that it's probably going to take you a little bit of time to get into, depending on what you've played in the past. If, and again I'll relate back to Ridge Racer Driftopia because it's the only racing game I've played recently. If you play games like that where it's more silly carnage, this is going to take some time to get used to because this is a simulation. That is something to keep in mind. This game goes from assisting you with everything to dropping you in at the deep end, when the deep end is actually a pool of lava filled with sharks that have lasers on their head. That's kind of the deal with this game. It doesn't hold back when you want it to. You know, you can set it up so you're having everything done for you. You can have automatic transmission. You can have assisted braking, assisted acceleration, assisted steering. Or you can turn all of that off and go a little bit nuts. I've turned some of it off. I have assisted braking turned off. I have assisted steering turned off. But that's only because it used to be that you would come up to a turn like this and it would do a lot for you. And you'd be looking at the turn going, I know I can go faster around that. I know I can do better around that turn. And the ABS, it's not even ABS. It is, I have ABS on. But there is a full-on assisted mode in Forza where it will brake for you and it will do some of the turning for you because it knows you'll not make the turn if you don't. Now the problem with that is sometimes it works perfectly and sometimes it's a little bit too strict. And also with that on, you can't really throw your car around a corner. There's really only one way to play when those settings are on, so I would recommend turning those off. That is something I always do. I believe I played Forza 2, 3, and 4. Always turned them off, always had a good time as well, but you always made sure to turn them off. And you can just do this. You know, just slide the car. Just have fun with it. That wasn't a very good example. I'll try and do that again. But you can just slide the car into corners so nicely, and it feels great when you do it because once again tying back to that immersive experience. This is possibly the most immersive racing game you're going to get in the market right now, and I just massively cocked up. Let's rewind that. I can't, of course, speak for PlayStation owners. If you own a PlayStation 4, or is it PlayStation 3 that the next Gran Turismo is coming out on? I don't know. I've never in my life played a Gran Turismo game. So I can't tell you if those games are incredibly immersive or if those games are more arcadey. I'm pretty sure it's more of a simulation as well. In fact, I'm almost certain that it is a simulation, but whatever, it's not really important to this scenario. Did I just get an achievement? I did say I would show you the league selection. This is basically how it works. You pick your league and you go into it. Now you can see here we have the Sport Compact, which I have a car that's actually eligible for that. That's my gold Pimpwagen. We have the Vintage, which is where my wood BMW comes in. We have Sport RT, I guess that is. What the? Yeah, PT, RT, whatever. We have Grand Touring. We have Specialized and all this stuff. You know, I'm eligible for a lot of these. In fact, garage cars are eligible for that one. I'm not going to bother, though. So, basically you pick your league, we'll go with specialized, and it will tell you when you have cars that are affordable and when you have the ability to buy a car, when you can afford a car. For example, we have track toys. Now what's interesting about these is that you get the whole Top Gear intro.
You see, a man who senses only how fast or how sideways he's going doesn't care if he's cold or wet or being machine gunned with insects. You and I do, however. So we'd only consider driving cars like these if the upside was intergalactic joy. These are the cars that represent the mantra of Lotus founder Colin Chapman, who said, "Simplify and add lightness." Lotus themselves have never forgotten this, which is why they came up with the remarkable 211. It's based on the Elise, as most Lotuses have been for years, but it does without frivolous things, like a windscreen, all in the name of saving weight. You won't find a screen on the KTM Crossbow either. Being made by sensible Austrians, they do offer one as an option, but it looks silly, and worse still, it adds weight. So forget that, and just enjoy the car.
So yes, there you go, there's the Top Gear intro to all of these things, and this is basically what you do. When you can afford a vehicle, it will tell you. Now I can actually afford this, and I can afford... Can I afford the 211? I can actually afford the 211, that's interesting. So the speed on that isn't as good as the Exige. Okay, interesting. What about this? That's actually quite slow as well. Might pick one of these up. I might pick up the Lotus here. That's very nice indeed. Now you'll notice I have tokens. Those are basically the thing that you use to buy cars with real money. I'm actually going to go ahead and buy the Lotus 211 with... I think I might have just bought it with... Did I? I didn't just buy that with what I think I did I? No, I didn't. Let's buy the 211. I will get to the gold pimp wagon in a moment, but I want to buy the 211. I want to find a nice color for it or a nice pattern. Could put an Xbox One thing over it. That's nice. Anything else? This is something cool actually. It shows you all the various... Ooh, now that might be necessary. We'll see. Anything else that's cool for it? No. Where's the very British Lotus? There we go. Let's have ourselves a look at this beastie. Very British indeed. I'm gonna have to go for it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go for it. I want to buy it with tokens so I don't waste my credits. I know this isn't as fast as some of the other vehicles, but, well, I'm only using tokens, so it doesn't matter. I'm probably going to go ahead and buy the Lotus. Oh, God's sake. I don't care, love. I know what it is. I just bought it. I know what the pissing car is. Alright, let's go back again. So I could also buy this. Basically. I could buy the... Was it this one? Yes, 7.6 in speed for that. I can't afford it. I have enough credits to buy it, but I don't need it. So I think I'll stick with the 211. We'll go back for the meantime. We will select a car. We'll go to My Cars. And there's the gold pimp wagon. So I'll just show you the car to begin with, just to give you an idea of how it looks and that it is actually an absolute beauty. So here we go, in the free look thing. It is very nice indeed, if I do say so myself. Very nice indeed. Let's go back. Okay, so we'll select this. We'll get in the car. Alright. You can also go to the Forza Vista, which allows you to pretty much walk about the car. You can explode it and open everything, which is quite nice indeed. You can actually get into the car as well. You can close the doors. Start it up. Sounds quite nice, doesn't it? Alright, you can look at the gears, you can look at everything. You can get out, which is exactly what I'm going to do. I would like to get out of the vehicle, please. There we go. Let's go ahead and close the door.
Customize the look
I don't
of
want
your
to
car
customize
by
it.
changing
I
the
don't.
wheel
I don't.
style, rear
Oh, for
wing,
God's
bumpers,
sake.
and other body parts to create the exact style that suits you.
Love, I know. Don't show me that again. Piss off. Alright, Volkswagen rims. Oh god, do I have to pay for these? I do. Great. Okay, I think I'll just... Oh, bollocks. I just messed up my rims, didn't I? What about some nice sporty rims? Can I get anything here that's not terrible looking? Nope. Alright, I'll have to change the colour of those in a minute. Spoilers! Can I put a spoiler on it? Jesus, I can. I don't want to. That looks terrible. Bumpers! Anything new? It helps with braking. I do like that, actually. It is quite nice. Rear bump. What the Christ? That actually puts the speed up as well. Doesn't do much for... Yeah, to hell with it. I would like to install that. Thank you. Okay, side skirts. Yeah, why not? Let's buy it. It's quite cheap as well. It's interesting to see that the customization stuff on this game is a lot cheaper than previous ones. That takes the speed down a little bit. It ups the handling though, which I wouldn't mind, so let's stick that onto the car. Okay. So, anything else? Perhaps the size of the... Oh, I need to actually upgrade the rims. Alright, let's go ahead and do that. We'll put some nice gold rims on there. So what I'm going to do is jump into a free play race here just to show off the car. And what better to take it around than the Top Gear test track. We'll set it up so that we have... We'll make it a little bit insane. How many other racers can we have? 15. There we go. We'll do 2 laps. We'll accept that. And we shall start. In fact, hold on. Game options. My car is a B class, isn't it? I want to make sure that everyone else is in a C class. Just to give myself a little bit of an advantage. Oh yeah, no, I can't do that, can I? Alright, let's put it up to a B class. It's probably not going to go well for me at all, but we'll see what happens. Alright, here we go. We're setting up. There's the gold-plated pimp wagon. It actually, I do love the look of that, actually. Let's go. What are we racing against? Audis and actual race cars, of course. Alright, so this thing does handle, as you might imagine, completely differently to what we were driving earlier. And it's also going to struggle to beat anything around this track, but that is completely fine. I don't need to win the race as it's just a free race. And it's just to show you that this car is quite fun. Uh-oh. Alright, that's a little bit far out, but that's fine. We didn't completely balls up the turn. Now, I do remember this track isn't actually made for racing on as such. This is a test track for perhaps a single vehicle as opposed to multiple. And by multiple, I mean 16. So this is going to be interesting to see. I would love to know what's in the lead right now. But I would also love to just get past this lot first. I think I might be the only Volkswagen. Which is, I guess, reasonable. To a degree. Uh-oh. No, don't slow down like that, you tit. Alright, am I past him? He's trying to... What are you doing? Around the hammerhead. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Alright, I might be able to get past some of them here. I got past one of them, him. Okay. Come on, come on, come on. Let's zoom past across the grass. There we go. Coming up to the follow through. Uh-oh, shit. Shit. I'm alright. I'm alright. Alright, through the follow through. There we go. That's seriously quick. This is a massive bunch of cars. Oh my god. There's Mercedes-Benz on my right there. I'm up to 9th place. I'm okay with this. Let's sneak past them. Shit. I've done it. I've done it again. I've done it again. Up to Gambon Corner. We're good. We're good. Oh, Jesus. Alright, that's a proper Top Gear finish right there. Proper Top Gear finish. Alright. I seem to be somewhat, I seem to be in 6th place. That counts as a silver. I'm okay with that. Uh-oh. No, shit. Well, I think it's fair to say that the game is fun. You will enjoy it if you like a racing game. If you like cars, you'll also enjoy it because it's basically car porn. That is possibly one of the nicest things I could say about Forza. It is all about the cars. It doesn't spare any thought to them. It makes them look fantastic, and they feel fantastic to drive. Everything I've driven in this video, obviously, you know, it's not a top-end car, but I have driven a couple of them, and they feel great. You really do get a great sense of speed, and that's something I love in a racing game. When you feel like you are going 1,000,000 miles per hour, and it actually is as well. It's just a great feeling racing game, and if you're mildly into cars, mildly into racing games, you'll probably like it. Just be aware that there is a bit of a learning curve. It takes some time to get used to, and it is a serious case of practice makes perfect. You will not be good at this from the get-go. You might think you're good. Hell, I've thought I've been good at times. You're probably not. There are people out there who are insanely good. Oh, bugger, I just took out a camera. Who are insanely good at Forza. It's unlikely that any of us are any of them. Oh, Christ. I can't even rewind. Am I out of rewinds? Probably. Back in last place again, and it's the end of the frickin' race. Oh, shit. Let's not take out the camera. There we go, and across the line. 16th place. I think that was alright, considering it was a gold-plated pimp wagon. But with that said, folks, what more can I say, you know? What more is there? I've shown you various features, I've shown you how it plays, and I've told you what I think of it. It's fun. If you like a racing game, you'll like Forza. That's basically it. So, if you're prepared to go out and spend so much money on an Xbox One on a racing game, this is the racing game for you. If not, then, well, you're saving yourself a lot of money. Thank you very much for watching, folks. I've been the ConflictNerd. I'm still a little bit ill, so videos are going to be somewhat all over the place for a little while. Once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.